Hello and welcome to the final episode of Living With an E36 M3, proudly sponsored by BOTB, where you guys can win yourself the car that I should have bought, the E46 M3, for a limited time only for £3. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to be telling you 10 things that I've learnt about this car after 1 year of uphill struggle ownership. The E36 M3 has always been one of my attainable dream cars. Others include the Z3M, an M50 engine swapped E30 Touring, and I've recently started to covet my neighbour's RS4 and his wife. Yup, I am a self-confessed BMW and German car fanboy, so much so that I bought the first E36 M3 that I found. Everything looked good from the outside, but under closer inspection at Munich Legends, I soon found out that living with this car was going to be nothing but an uphill struggle. So, after 1 year of ownership, here's everything that I've learnt. Thou shalt not buy an E36 M3 without a full inspection. Learn from my mistakes and do not buy any vehicle when you are jacked up on the romantic idea of owning your attainable dream car.
If you're anything like me, you'll forget to ask the right questions and won't have scoured the forums for buying advice. You'll also fail to thoroughly check for my least favourite thing in the world: rust.
Wrenching on an E36 M3 isn't an issue.
In a year of ownership, I've spent approximately 10 weekends with my buddy Gareth, fixing everything from broken dampers to exploded fans and knackered pulley bearings. And there's more to be fixed.
And while this is a rare and special E36 M3, I found that wrenching on it has actually been pretty problem-free. In fact, I've managed to source all of my parts surprisingly quickly and inexpensively from places like Euro Car Parts.
This means I've saved thousands on repairs at BMW specialists.
As for the rust, now I got that taken care of professionally at Munich Legends, because Rust and I, we're not friends. New suspension has completely transformed the car. A few months ago I swapped out the OEM springs and dampers for a new set of coilovers, and since then the car has been completely transformed. Turn-in is sharper and it feels like a 5-year-old car, not a 20-year-old car. The car is completely transformed.
The lower ride height also transformed the look of the M3, so if your car feels woolly and sits high like-minded, I'd recommend saving up for a decent set of coilovers. It's one of the best mods you can do to any car.
Despite being 20 years old, it's genuinely fast.
Early on and before a proper service, I dynoed my E36. The result was around 280 horsepower, which was some way off the original 321 horsepower figure, but even so, I managed 159 miles an hour on the Autobahn and a best 0 to 60 mile an hour time of 5.9 seconds.
Now that's still fast even by today's standards, and the way that the 3.2 litre inline-6 revs after 5,000 RPM is so damn addictive. It took me a long time to gel with the car. Sometimes you get in a car and after 50 yards you just know. You know that you're in love. And that happened to me recently when I drove a V6 powered MX-5. It was awesome. The feeling that I got from it after only 50 yards was incredible. And that was the feeling that I was expecting to get with the M3. But it never came. Even after weeks of driving, the only thing I could do was really bitch about it. I even bitched about the interior, which I really like now.
That all changed the more I drove the M3, as I slowly realised how good it was at everything I threw at it, from super long drives to short sprints and even a track day. You'd better hope and pray that your girlfriend likes it. As I mentioned earlier, my buddy Gareth and I have spent a lot of time underneath and in the engine bay of this E36 M3, which has meant that we have neglected and abandoned our girlfriends for quite a lot of time. So to both of you girls, please accept these £3 flowers. There you go. So some advice to anyone looking to buy an E36 M3. Number 1, make sure your significant other really likes the car and understands that it'll take a lot of your time. And number 2, simply avoid any possible upset by making sure you're single at the point of purchase.
It's an awesome GT car.
Now, in a year of ownership, I've clocked around 7,000 miles on this car, and 5,000 of those miles have been motorway miles to places like Germany, the Jura region of France, and also loads of locations in the UK. And one thing that struck me is how good this car is at grand touring. From a tank at 75 miles an hour, I get around 400 miles, and thanks to cruise control and nice seats, I never feel the strain of big mileage.
I don't regret throwing money at it.
I joke a lot about the M3 being a lemon, but in actual fact, it's in pretty good shape now. Underneath is solid and rust-free, the car handles properly, and the performance and exhaust sound still make me smile. The Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s have also proven to be an awesome addition.
So to anyone who says that I've been throwing money down the drain, I just say that I'm happy to have saved a car like this from a rusty demise. Yes, I could have bought an E46 M3 instead, and yes, I probably would have saved myself a lot of money and grief, but it was never one of my attainable dream cars. So where's the fun in that? Here's what I could have bought instead.
For just under £7,000 a year ago, I bought a dying breed of car that had previously been unloved.
Now, for the same amount of money, I could have bought an E46 M3, a very tatty one admittedly. I could have also bought 3.5 EP3 Civic Type Rs, or even a Honda S2000, which would have taken way more crap than a restaurant toilet. But no, I insisted on buying a lemon. And you know what? I would do it all again. So call me a glutton for punishment, but I genuinely would do it all over again. Now sure, I've spent a lot more on repairs than I'd have wanted, but it's meant that I've been able to keep an E36 M3 on the roads for a few more years, so I can live with that. Soon enough, with a few more little repairs, I'll be able to enjoy this car completely uninterrupted. Ow. And now I'm going to hand you guys over to Christian from BOTB, who's going to tell you who's won £250 worth of credit this week.
Thanks, Alex. I can't believe it's the last episode of the Living with an E36 series, but there is still one more chance for you to win £250 worth of tickets at BOTB to have a go at winning your dream car. Simply sign up at botb.com, follow the instructions in the video description below. Latest winner is Luke Bain. Congratulations, Luke, and best of luck everyone else. Bye-bye, Colin.
An M3 fuel filter at a cost of £17.99, oil for £25.20, Bosch oil filter £12.49, £9.29, £120, £25, £18.25. So all of those things that I've just mentioned, including the servicing parts, comes to a grand total of